Think back to your favorite childhood memory. Now, try to recall what you scrolled past on your phone 10 minutes ago. You can't, because your brain is physically losing the ability to store deep, meaningful information. Yeah, you heard me right. We are currently living through a silent neurological crisis. Constant digital bombardment is dismantling the very architecture of the human mind. And almost nobody realizes it is happening. But this video is not just about the problem. By the end of it, you'll understand exactly what modern systems are doing to your brain, and the scientifically proven ways you can begin reversing the damage. Let's start. We are trading long-term wisdom for a permanent, shallow present. Neuroscience reveals that the modern information landscape is not merely distracting you. It is actively preventing your brain from forming long-term memories. The human nervous system was designed around depth, reflection, emotional continuity, narrative construction. But the algorithmic environment surrounding modern life systematically destroys all four. You wake up, and before your brain even fully activates, you grab your phone, you check one notification, then another, then a short video, then another. Then, somehow, 40 minutes disappear. Later that same day, you open the refrigerator and forget why you walked there. You start a conversation, but your brain keeps reaching for stimulation every few seconds. You watch an entire hour of content at night, yet the next morning, you barely remember any of it. These are not isolated habits. They are symptoms of cognitive fragmentation. 2026, we are trapped inside a hyperstream media environment that forces the brain into perpetual intake without processing. Your hippocampus, the structure responsible for memory consolidation and life narrative formation, requires stillness to encode experience into identity. But constant neurochemical stimulation keeps the brain locked in fragmented attention cycles. And fragmented attention creates fragmented memory. This is the dopamine tax on deep encoding. Every unpredictable notification, every scroll, every rapid context switch trains the brain to prioritize novelty over meaning. The result is digital amnesia. People now remember where to find information, but fail to internalize the knowledge itself. And eventually, the collapse becomes existential. The collapse of the narrative self. When human beings stop forming deep memories, they stop building coherent identities. Life begins to feel faster, blurrier, emotionally thinner. And this is why so many people today feel strangely disconnected from their life. Not because they are weak, but because their nervous systems never fully exit stimulation mode. The frightening part is that most people interpret this exhaustion as normal, but cognitive decline is not inevitable. And neuroscience already knows several ways to interrupt the process. First, you must reintroduce periods of uninterrupted silence. Research shows the brain's default mode network activates during quiet reflection. This network is critical for memory consolidation, emotional processing, and identity formation. That means simple moments like walking without headphones, sitting quietly after work, or allowing boredom to exist are not wasted time. They are neurological recovery. Second, reduce constant context switching. Every time you rapidly jump between apps, videos, messages, and notifications, your brain pays an attentional cost. Even placing your phone in another room for one focused hour dramatically improves memory encoding and cognitive performance. This is why many people today consume more information than ever before, yet retain less. Third, replace passive consumption with active encoding. Writing thoughts by hand, explaining ideas out loud, having deep conversations, or reflecting on what you learned before sleeping forces the brain to transform information into long-term neural structure. Passive scrolling creates stimulation, active reflection creates memory, and memory is the foundation of identity. Because once human beings lose the ability to deeply remember, they also lose the ability to deeply understand themselves. The greatest battle of this era may not be technological, political, or economic, but cognitive. A war against your attention, your memory, and ultimately, your consciousness. Protect your mind carefully, because where attention goes, identity follows. Subscribe if you want to understand what modern systems are truly doing to the human brain.